We're doing an inspection of an electrical panel. This one is located in an outbuilding, more specifically a garage. And as we approach this panel, we see a number of issues with it. The most obvious is that it's missing a cover. This is clearly a shock hazard for anybody that's near this panel that might happen to put their hand into the field of energized components. For starters, other problems that we noticed with the panel is that it appears that this panel was at once located somewhere else. And I say that because we've got what appears to be a doorbell transformer mounted on the side. That's a dead giveaway. And also the configuration of this panel. This is an older ITE Pushmatic panel. There's nothing wrong with the panel itself, but we're looking at what's called a neutral bus bar at the top. Now, because this is a sub panel, it's fed off another panel, there's a requirement that this neutral bus bar be isolated, and it is, or apparently is, but there's ground wires that are connected to it. Here's a ground wire right here. I'm going to zoom in on it. That bare wire that goes to the bus bar is a ground, and it's co-terminated. The large white wire next to it that kind of loops to the left is the neutral conductor. And actually, if you look at the bottom of it there, it almost looks like it's might even be a little scorched or a little browned. I can't really tell. Well, let's look at the rest of the panel. So that's something that's wrong. We've got a number of cables that are cut, just kind of flapping in the breeze. That's problematic. We're missing knockouts from the panel. We've got, if we look underneath here, right there, we've got some openings, and we've got some openings up at the top. There's one right there. There should be no openings. It should be sealed. No way for anybody to stick their fingers in there. No way for vermin, such as mice, to get in the panel. We're also seeing something that's fairly obvious here. You got this cable that just kind of comes up in front of the panel itself. It's actually terminated. It's live. I'm following a conductor straight up the panel, right in front of all the breakers, and it kind of terminates right here on the neutral bus bar. But the cable isn't routed correctly into the panel. It's a hazard. I don't know if this was a temporary connection or what. It's connected to a two-pole circuit breaker, which indicates to me that there's 220 volts that are flowing through it, and it is a problem. So we have a number of problems in this panel. Inspecting this outbuilding is going to be a bit difficult because it's filled with tools and sawdust and benches. We'll do the best we can, but the first view of this panel itself is not it's not a very pretty sight, and as I've stated, there's a number of defects which will be reflected in the inspection report.